Alright, I am going to show you how to make a sprite in Photoshop. So you need Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, you won't be able to do this. So first, I got my image already. I've got Photoshop open. I'm going to go to Create New. I'm going to choose default size. Doesn't really matter. Now, drag my image in. When it's like this with the box around it and the diagonal line, press enter. It applies the image. Now, you got your layers here. So there's already a white background behind this. I don't want this. So I'm going to press delete. I do want a background, and you want to choose a color that is the opposite color. So red is basically an opposite color of blue. So now I'm going to take the rectangle tool, and you can press U. Also, the key U will work to make this tool. And I'm going to drag this bigger than the image. It's going to cover the image, but now I'm going to go down to my layers, and then I'm going to drag this down below, and now it's invisible, because later I'm going to be erasing the background. Technically not erasing, but coloring with an invisible marker, basically, and you can see your work. And you just got to be really careful that you're not actually coloring it that color, but you're actually erasing. So now the next step, I'm going to maximize this. We want to click our image on the layers, and now we go down here, the bottom right, there's this little white rectangle with a circle in it. We need to click that. Now this adds what's called a mask. So now on our color, we want to make sure we're on black, and black should erase anything on this layer. So now choose the brush tool, or B, and then with the squiggly brackets, the left one makes it smaller, the right squiggly bracket makes it bigger. And you can also go up here to the top left, and you can see this little circle icon, click the little triangle, and you can make the size there. And then also important is hardness. We need to be at 100% hardness in the beginning here as we shave off the first parts. Later, we'll change this, and it makes your brush sort of transparent, and it gives the effect of like you want the laser to be kind of fuzzy on the edges. So, but first we're going to start with hardness. So click enter. Now I'm just going to be erasing. You want to make sure you're black, because that's the color for the mask when you have the mask selected that erases the image. And the red background behind is our sort of tool, so we can see how much we've erased really easily, because red really stands out on blue. So I'm just going to make this, I'm making this into a laser blast. And I'm just going to make this, not really going to make this too detailed, just kind of a general idea. This is probably a more advanced one to do. So now I've got the general shape. I'm going to make my circle smaller by pressing the left squiggly bracket. And I'm actually going to change my hardness to, let's go like maybe 65 or so, 67. So now when I go in here, it's a little bit not quite as hard as it says. So I'm just going in here, and I'm just kind of making this to the way I want it. And I'm just going to get it in there, get like maybe some of this, and then that. And now I'm going to go even softer. I'm going to go like maybe 30%. And go in there and just really get this down into a nice sharp sort of point. And just keep going. And like this one it doesn't look great, but this might look okay. This might look okay. And then you could even go, you know what? Actually, I kind of like that. That's actually kind of cool. So now you can remove the background, essentially. I'm going to delete. I'm going to go see the red background. Delete. Now you've got your sprite. Now, this is diagonal. You don't want it diagonal. So, to do that, okay, let's press the C key. I'm going to crop this. Press C. It brings up this crop menu. Now we can bring this in a little bit tighter. Actually, you know what? Before you do that, don't do that yet. We want to rotate this. See if this is going to work. Yes, it does. So if you saw what I did there, I made the corner, and you can actually see. Okay, so now I'm make this crop bigger, and there we go. We got a laser really easily. And you can see actually, you might even want to do the rotation sooner because you can see this might not actually be what I want. This little thing here, and without you have to. If you're gonna go back, remember you have to make sure you're in black. You probably want the background. Let's see, it might not even work. Let's see here. It might give me an error. Yeah, see, it wants me to radarize. Let's see, press OK. Oh, see, it's making it black. So you want to do your edit. Probably want to rotate this image first if it's diagonal, but this is okay. So now let's just say this is done. I go to File, and then you want to go to Save As, and then we want to make a PNG. So we want PNG. That's the one you want. And I'm just going to call this laser. And that is literally it. Press OK. Now you've got a sprite. That's how easy it literally is.